My opinion of God of War Ragnarok, I have a very head-ass take.
Oh.
I've expressed this to them before.
Yeah.
That I have a head-ass take on
I'm
this
curious
game.
to hear it.
I will say my score is complicated.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I give it probably an 8
Okay.
because I love the story.
Mhm.
The story is absolute. I have
The
some
story is
notes
really
here.
good
Yeah.
so
The
far.
story is fantastic. I loved every single piece of it.
Mhm.
I love how all the characters grow and become
True.
the best versions of themselves. The themes of like parent and child
Mhm.
Yep.
and the different ways that relationship takes place within this game is expanded upon from the first game.
Yeah.
And it focuses a lot more on father and son for this one.
Mhm.
But it's amazing.
Yeah.
The head ass take
Oh boy.
goes that when it comes to this game,
Mm.
I very much would have rather
Oh.
just watched a YouTube video like God of War Ragnarok full movie, all
Okay.
cutscenes.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think that's how I would have rather experienced the game. I don't know if it's because I was trying to get done with it so fast,
Mhm.
but it was just anytime you would like do something in the main story and then you'd have to like run back to another area.
That's true.
And then and then in between you running back to get to the next story beat, it's like, oh, you're now being encountered by another like 10 minions that you have to fight.
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
take 3 steps. Oh, here's another 10 minions.
Yeah.
Take 4 more steps. Here's another 3 minions.
Yeah.
Every single time, I was like, just let me run back. Just let me run back and get to the next thing.
Yeah.
Like the combat, while I do think that all the different weapons make it a lot varied. Like
Yeah.
all the combat feels different from
Yeah.
each other, and that's good. That's awesome.
Mhm.
But I got so bored
I feel that.
so fast.
I feel
That's why
that.
I fell off. Also, Alfheim sucks. Stop putting Alfheim in the game. It sucked. Oh,
Sorry. Keep going.
Alfheim sucked in the first game. Alfheim sucks in the second game. It's a little bit better in the second game, but it still sucks. And I hate those sections so much.
Yikes.
And I get so bored. I fell off of God of War 1 during Alfheim. I fell off of God of War 2 during Alfheim. And then I eventually went back for both games to like power through it. But it was
Yeah.
I
can't
really
say
just
dang
did
for
not
the
like
second
Alfheim. Huh?
I can't say dang for that second one. I also fell off for Alfheim in the second game, but
Yeah.
I don't. Once again, I think I was the opposite. I think. Wait, no. Sorry, what you said you liked Alfheim? Oh, but yeah, I was the opposite. Where I actually kind of liked Alfheim in the first game, but the second one, it felt a little bit like, why am I even here?
Yeah.
Like a little. No offense,
And also,
a
the
little bit.
Alfheim sections are just too long. I
That
think
too.
they just
I
need if
think
they
that
short.
too. Yeah.
I was just hoping in the second one would be shorter, but then it
Yeah.
ended up being long as hell. I was like, oh my
low key. Facts.
god.
It's like, no offense. Like the concept of like the light elf, dark elf war thing is cool, but I was like, I don't
It's
need to-
interesting. I like the
Yeah.
world building. It's
Yeah.
just everything surrounding it. I'm just so
Yeah.
bored. I just
Exactly.
don't want to keep doing
Exactly.
this.
For Kratos
Yeah.
being like, I despise war now. Don't get like let's just go, bro. You don't got to get involved. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But, me.
One of my notes has said almost every time that I would be moving along in between sections of a mission and they throw more goons at you to kill, I would dread having to actually do it. The story is
Facts.
so good and the gameplay became monotonous at best,
Yeah.
boring at worst. Despite like the different feelings of the weapons.
Mhm.
However,
Yes.
the boss fights do not fit into this category. All of the boss fights
Yeah.
are good.
Those are
True.
bro.
There
That's
isn't a
one thing
single
that
one
God
that I
of War
didn't
does
like.
great.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, even then in the first game, I really only liked the humanoid bosses.
Oh, dang.
The very few of them that there were.
Mhm.
But in this game, every single boss that I fought, I liked.
Thinking like monsters and
Monsters, the humanoid ones, all that stuff.
Yeah. I
even
will
like
say-
the area ones that were like for like
Oh, so like the
like side quest stuff.
like the
I
mini
didn't
boss
do a
kind
whole lot of.
thing?
I
Okay.
I avoided most of the side quests.
Understandable.
I was
So I was
trying
curious.
to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah.
Sorry.
go
The Thor fight, that's early. It's not really like a spoiler. It's
Yeah.
like the first like 30 minutes of the game. Anyway, hard. That one was dope.
Yeah.
I just did the I don't know how you say it. Needhog.
Needhog.
Needhog,
Yeah.
yeah.
Needhog.
Yeah, that one. It got a little like tedious like by the end of it, but it was still hard. I liked that
Yeah.
one a lot. Like the concept of like the rift like fighting and the stuff like that was
Yeah.
cool. It was cool for sure.
It's really cool.
Also, the way you killed it, wild. Anyway,
Yeah.
also the Frey. Sorry, spoilers again. The Freya Kratos team up. I was like, yeah,
I
they're
was so
Honestly,
happy.
yeah.
I love Freya. I
low
love Freya in the
key.
first game, and I love her in this.
The
game.
energy she brings to Kratos is just
It's-
great.
I
You get
love
to
it.
see
Yeah.
a different side of him than like when he's
Facts.
just with Atreus.
Yeah.
Facts. She over here trying to spit parables and whatnot. She was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, bro, I'm
Shut all that
I'm
nerd
old as
shit
hell
up.
too, bro. You don't gotta you
Yeah.
ain't gotta do this." Look,
So we're both adults, man.
facts.
Yeah, low key.
But I do agree. The boss fights are great. And one thing that God of War does, like amazing with boss fights is the cinematic aspect of
True.
it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's not like it's dragged on. It's just that the flowing from fighting something to doing a cutscene to doing like a quick time event to jumping back into fighting something. It is done great every single time.
Facts.
And it's creative. My only complaint is that the most creative fight, or the fight where the most creative thing happens, is the first fight with Thor.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
my only,
that's true.
Yeah.
when he like brings you back to life, basically.
That was hard.
That was
dope.
cool, but unfortunately, nothing else lives up to like
goes
that
like
moment.
that.
Yeah. When games do that, like you die and you're like, oh, I got to restart. And then like
Yeah.
it's like,
Nah.
just kidding.
Yup.
Bah.
No,
It's
that was cool.
Yo.
Thor's dope.
No, true.
Especially
back,
because
yo. Yeah.
it's always funny because you're like, God damn it, I just died. But then like
Yeah.
you have him talking shit to you and he brings you back and goes, oh shit,
He's
oh
like,
god.
oh yeah. No, I can't wait to run into him again, low-key.
Yeah. No, Thor's cool. All the characters are cool.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I will
can't say
say,
much, but yeah.
they do.
Yeah, I know.
Spoilers for everything. For like Spider-Man in this, and I'm very much.
That would have been me. Sorry.
I was gonna say something. Appreciative. I really rock with like the narrative that's in both games that's been happening of like the younger character kind of taking on the role. Like I very much like with Miles and Peter.
Yeah.
I'm
Mentoring
excited
the
for that.
student.
Yeah, I'm excited for that journey in the next game to see how that goes. I hope they change his funk ass fit. And then same thing with this one. I'm very like, as much as I don't want my boy to die, Kratos, that's my guy. But like one, it's prophesized. I know the whole thing is trying to fight anyway. But I'm excited to see like Atreus step into his own, especially like with the parts of already playing, like him being on his own.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. I'm excited for for that journey.
I will say, just to wrap this section up, the DLC, I did play some of it. I didn't finish it.
Oh, nice.
Despite my critiques of the combat getting boring, the DLC being focused on that changes the game.
Yeah.
The DLC is actually really, really good because it focuses
there's no,
just
like breaking up of
like
the,
there's some story stuff in there that's important.
Yeah.
But you're not, again, like with the Atreus section, sitting on a yak, walking around for 20 minutes
Yeah.
until like it's like fight,
It's more of
action,
like-
story, fight,
Yeah.
action. It's quick and it gets it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also, like, it's kind of encouraged to like focus on one weapon type for each run.
Okay.
So like one run I did the Leviathan axe, one run I did the Blades of Chaos, and then so on. So like it definitely improves it for sure.
Yeah.
Bet.
And like, if you like roguelikes, you're
That
going to
too.
enjoy it because
Nice.
it's got your boons, it's got your like things that boost certain, parts of your character. It's just all around great. And like this, like you said, the story, it's done as you're playing. Like you just hear someone talking as you're fighting enemies or when you're done. It's not drawn out. There are some cutscenes, but they're not drawn out. So it helps keep you still in the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Less.
So like I said, me personally, I would have rather just watched all the cutscenes on YouTube because I'm telling you, every single time, I would be like, no, please. They would start to let you walk, and then I would see an open area.
Yeah,
and I'm
and
like,
please,
God, Ares.
I felt that a lot in. I felt that a lot in Vanaheim for sure. Vanaheim
Yeah.
was the most recent place, but like going through the jungle with Freya,
No,
I was like, bro, what are we doing? Like,
listen,
like
I appreciate that they want players to really sink into these games.
Yeah.
Stop making mazes in every like map in every level design.
Facts.
It's like I see a waypoint on the map that I want to get to. I
Yeah.
see a path that leads there. Then I get there. There's a fucking wall.
Yeah.
So then there's
Yeah.
actually like a secret path
Yeah,
that
to
you have to
do-
go
yeah.
through and blah 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 blah. And I'm like,
yeah,
I work a
Yeah.
full-time job. I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
Please, just let me get to the thing that I see on the map.
Yeah.
Like, don't make it straightforward. Make
Yeah.
some challenge between
Yeah.
it, but it doesn't have to be this like secret. That's like one of my problems with Elden Ring too,
Oh.
is that like you'll see like a pathway on the map, but then you get there and it's like, oh, there's actually no way to get there from this
Yeah.
area. So you have to go all the way around and find a
Yeah.
secret portal and then to go this and do this and that. And I'm
Just
like,
reminded me of a secret portal I forgot to do today. Damn it.
That's how I am with like the mountaintop of the Giants little part area that we're at right now. Because we're past it now. But like that last map piece at the top, I walked over and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like go this path, and I look and I was like, how the hell do I get down there?
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
So I'm not gonna get it.
Yeah.
Yet, so
Are you talking about the one top left?
yes.
yeah, that's the like the Helga tree.
Yeah, you get the
Oh,
rolled
that makes
medallion.
sense.
You gotta
Oh,
go
okay,
back
that
to
makes
the
sense.
deck to
I can
select.
do that now.
Yep,
So
so you're good to go.
okay, never mind. Hey, you know what? I take it back. My fault.
No, it's still
Well, no,
annoying.
I still mean it, but yeah.
Any final thoughts on God of War before we close it out?
Just story's fantastic. 8 out of 10.
Mhm,
8, I think, all
Yeah.
around.
Yeah. Until I guess whenever I
Yeah,
finish
yeah.
it, I'll come back and I'll just say the
Just
review,
like-
like the.
Next episode or two, just by the way, it's now 7.
Yeah. By the way,
Oh,
it's
damn.
3. Yo,
Damn.
I hate the way it ended. I'm kidding.